Good morning and welcome to the July 13th Sunday Dharma service, which will be chaired by the Schmidt family. We will now have silent meditation led by CMA Arturo Rubio.
We are what we think. All that we are arises from our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. Gassho, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandat, Namandat, Namandat.
We will now have Sutra Chanting of Juseige on page 35 of the Purple Service Book.
Gagon Chosegan Ishimu Jodo Shigan Fumanzo Seifu Joshoga Gao Muryoko Fui Daiseshu Fusai Shobingu Seifu Joshoga Gashi Jobudo Myosho Chojipo Kukyo Mishomon Seifu Joshoga Ryokujin Shonen Joe Shubongyo Shigu Mujodo Isho Tenin Shin Jinriki Endaiko Fusho Musaido Shoujo San Kumyo Kosai Shuyakunan Kaihi Chi Egen Meshi Komoan Eisoku Sho Akudo Sudazu Sen Shumon Koso Jomanzo Iyoro Jipo Nichigatsu Shujuki Tenko Onfugen Ishu Kai Hozo Kose Kudoku Ho Jo Dai Shuchu Epo Shishiku soku shu toku hon gane shitsunjoman toku I Sangha yo nyo butsu muge chin tsudatsu mi fusho ganga kueri toshi sai shoson shiganya koka daisen no kando koku shotenin touchin myoke namanda bu namanda bu namanda bu namanda bu namanda bu namanda bu gani shiku doku byodo sei sai dohon bodai shin ojo andako. Gassho, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandabs, Namandabs, Namandabs.
Minister's Assistant Arturo Rubio will now give the Dharma message.
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in Gassho. Other power is entrusting ourselves to the primal vow and our birth becoming firmly settled. Hence, it is altogether without one's own working. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandabs, Namandabs, Namandabs. The quote I just read was written by Shinran Shonin, taken from Letters of the Tradition, collected works of Shinran. I would like to tie in other power and a few other Buddhist concepts with a movie I watched recently. It was a romantic comedy slash fantasy indie movie called Another Version of You. It's not a new movie, it came out in 2018, but I'd never heard of it. I was scrolling through the Amazon app on my TV, trying to decide what to watch when this movie caught my eye. The movie cover said, Another Version of You, Love and Parallel Universes. It sounded like a weird combination, but after checking out the trailer, I said, yeah, let's watch this movie. As you probably know by now, I'm really into sci-fi movies. So anything that mentions time travel, parallel universes, multiverses, etc., will probably be added to my watch list. This particular movie is more fantasy than science fiction, but I still wanted to see how the director would mix love and parallel universes and make a movie out of that. I watched the movie and I enjoyed it. It was interesting, funny, sad at times. The director did a great job with a limited budget. And yes, there was romance and there was travel to alternate universes. But it also left me thinking about certain topics that frequently come up in Buddhism. Some of them specifically in Jodo Shinshu. Attachments, dukkha, ego, self-power, other power, just to name a few. The movie is about a young man nicknamed Dixie, who feels dejected when the woman he loved, well, he has loved since he was 9 years old, Suzette, marries another man. When Daphne, Dixie's sister, tells him that there are other fish in the sea, Dixie tells her that he feels like he has wasted his entire life. In the movie, you learn soon enough that Dixie, throughout all those years, never actually confessed his feelings to Suzette. So his comment about a life wasted points more to a bruised ego than to a realization that one has truly invested time and effort into doing something that has not yielded the desired results. Dixie ends up in a bar, drinking away his sorrow. A stranger strikes up a conversation with Dixie and gives him a piece of folded paper, telling him that it might come in handy given his sad state of affairs. After the stranger leaves, a curious Dixie unfolds the paper and finds an old-looking key. The torn piece of paper states that the key opens doors to parallel universes and has partial instructions on what to do and what not to do while traveling. Of course, Dixie at first thinks that this is just some type of prank, but eventually decides to use the key and realizes that it does, in fact, open doors to other parallel universes. Throughout the movie, Dixie travels from one universe to another for the sole purpose of searching for a version of Suzette that will love him back. On most of these parallel universes, Dixie finds the same people that he knew from his original universe, his sister Daphne, his crush Suzette, and other friends, although all of them have somewhat different stories and backgrounds in each universe. But as Dixie travels from one universe to another, finding different versions of Suzette, he never seems to find a version of her that completely matches whatever vision he has of the perfect Suzette. Throughout his travels, he finds a Suzette who is the mother of a one-year-old child, a Suzette who is a not-so-close friend. We see a hyper and not-so-bright Suzette with blue hair, a Suzette who is pregnant and already married to another version of Dixie, a Suzette that never met Dixie, a Suzette with a young daughter, a Suzette in a restaurant having lunch with another man, a Suzette at the beach with another Dixie, bartender Suzette who is more interested in Dixie's sister than in him, a terminally ill Suzette, and finally a Suzette who wants to rekindle a relationship with Dixie after regretting her decision to call off her wedding with that universe's Dixie. Going through this list of Suzettes, we can see there were a couple of versions of her that could have worked out for Dixie if he had decided to stay there and begin a relationship. But Dixie seemed to find in all Suzettes something missing or some other trait that seemed undesirable to him, which had me asking, what exactly was he searching for? Did he want an exact copy of his universe's Suzette? The one that got away? Was it just an ego thing? Early on in the movie, after he had just started traveling to other universes, he finds another version of his sister, and he explains to her everything about the key, parallel universes, and his search for a Suzette who will love him. Daphne asks him bluntly, why Suzette? Dixie describes the first time he realized he had a crush on Suzette when he was 9 years old. They were playing hide and seek. Suzette grabbed Dixie's hand and ran behind a bush. Suzette just stood there, looked him in the eyes, and smiled. He had loved her ever since. Dixie continued explaining to Daphne, my life has been filled with moments like that, moments where I felt so close to getting what I want, but in the end, she married someone else. Now I have another chance. So Dixie, throughout all his life, had moments where he felt close to getting what he wanted, but somehow never could. Did he really know what he wanted? Do we have a clear idea of what we're looking for? Or do we sometimes feel as lost as Dixie? The most sobering conversation in the movie takes place between Dixie and terminally ill Suzette. Dixie talks about the key alternate universes and the reason for him being there. I've been searching for a version of you who might be interested in me, which sounds both selfish and pathetic. Suzette tells him, Dixie, that girl you're looking for, she isn't real. Then she adds, you need to figure out what's important. I'll give you a hint, it's not me. Afterwards, Dixie begins a relationship with another woman, Gwyneth. Things are looking much better for Dixie. He's figuring out what's important, and he seems genuinely happy for the first time in his life. But here comes the last Suzette, the one who wants to rekindle her relationship with Dixie. During an altercation between Suzette and Gwyneth, the latter is pushed through a door to another universe, never to return. Dixie leaves the final Suzette, throws away the key, gets his own apartment, makes new friends, and we see a hint of a possible new romantic interest at the end of the movie, and it's not a Suzette. So, in this movie, we see many references that point to the many facets of human suffering, or dukkha. We see Dixie's obsessive attachment to an unrealistic and idealized image of Suzette, a situation that would be easier to comprehend if Dixie could at least describe what that perfect Suzette looks like or what she's like. Is he just clinging to memories of her that he stored in his mind since childhood? That seems to explain why none of the Suzettes he encounters throughout many universes meet his expectations, whatever those are. In his constant search for the perfect Suzette, we see that common human tendency to always search for something that we just need to have, whatever that may be, and we stress when we can't get it. And if we get it, then we feel like it really wasn't what we expected. Throughout the whole movie, we see Dixie using his self-power, his calculating mind, to try to figure out a way to find the perfect Suzette and the perfect conditions that will allow him to be in this perfect relationship with her. It is only when Dixie begins to let go, to go with the flow, to let the universe do its thing and show him the way, that he meets Gwyneth just by chance and begins the relationship he was hoping to have with Suzette. In this, we see Shinran's teaching that we should forget about self-power and rely on other power, Amida's compassion. I don't know about all of you, but some of the best things in my life have happened by chance, the result of a myriad of causes and conditions, and not necessarily the result of my calculating mind. Me being here giving this Dharma talk is just one example. Please join me in Gassho. Other power is entrusting ourselves to the primal vow and our birth becoming firmly settled. Hence, it is altogether without one's own working. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandavs, Namandavs, Namandavs. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister's Assistant Arturo Rubio, for that Dharma message. Now please stand for the singing of Say Namo Amida Butsu, which you can find on page 122 of the Purple Service book.
Please remain standing for the recitation of the three treasures, which you can find on page 91 of the Purple Service book. Do I read the leader part? Okay. Hard is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One, now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken ourselves our supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become newness and true accord in your life of harmony in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teachings. Okay, whatever. Go away. Gasha, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
Please come up if you have any announcements.
the Buddhist Church of San Diego's Bonodori Festival is going to be on Saturday, August 2nd. The tickets are 2 for $10 and 4 for $20. The first prize is going to be $500, and there's more prizes. Ask any junior YBA member for tickets or any questions. Thank you.
Good morning. I'd like to thank everyone who so far has been helping with the Obonogen setup of our shop that's going to be open for a half an hour before and half an hour after the practices of beginning, not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after that, and the Wednesday practices as well. We have volunteers if you'd like to help. We're a lot of fun. And everything is priced for a song. We're putting out lots of things this year, including as many of the yukata and kimono, all that traditional wear that a lot of us put on for the bonodori itself, and we probably don't wear it any other time. I'm telling you, bargains. You'll just be amazed. So keep an eye open in the Kaiho. We'll have a list of our open hours, and we welcome you. And if you'd like to help us, we can use help too. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. On Saturday, July the 19th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., we're going to be hosting a Dharma School summer potluck and summer social. This will include pickleball at the Rancho Bernardo Swim and Tennis Club from 11 to 12:30, and then we'll transition to our home from 12:45 until 3 p.m. for swimming, for badminton, cornhole, and a potluck luncheon. So please see me, Brian Sasaki, if you're available this upcoming Saturday. Thank you.
This is a Donna Group, this is from the Donna Group announcement. A reminder that the Neighbors Helping Neighbors food donation drive for the San Diego Food Bank, the drive-through event is going to be here August 16th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. You can bring in donations, no glass containers, on Sundays, and Obon practices on Wednesdays before the drive-through event. And then also for the Texas storms and flooding, those wishing to make monetary donations can visit directrelief.org. Direct Relief has a donation program specifically for Texas. An article with more information will be posted on our BTSD website this evening. And also, happy anniversary to my parents.
So how many years? She didn't say. 10. No, it has to be more than 10. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, yeah. 18. Congratulations. Okay, I'd like to announce the Obon practices. So we'll be having one today after service starting at 11 over in the annex. So Obon dances are the Japanese folk dances that we do to commemorate and observe our Bonodori Fest, our Obon. So at the Obon is a time to remember and express our gratitude to our ancestors and those who have come before us, and we dance with joy. So they are very simple dances, repetitive dances, and easy to catch on and do. So I invite all of you to come join us for that. So our practice, we'll have one today, Sunday at 11, and then Wednesdays at 7. And you are welcome to dress in yukata if you would like to. You don't need to, but at the Obonogen shop, they will be selling the yukata and hapis for very, very reasonable prices. They are gently used clothing items. So please join us. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lorene. I just want to remind you, if you have items in the refrigerators here, if you can, put your name and a date, because we'll periodically be cleaning out the refrigerators. So summer's coming, we won't be here for a while. So I was your cleaner outer the other time, so I decided to do it regularly.
Thanks, Lorraine. And before that, Susan. And I'm Bill Teague. I'm going to identify very quickly 3 handouts and the dates. Working backwards, August 23rd, we're going to have a full-day yoga and Buddhism workshop. It's going to be really fabulous, but there is a limited number of slots for that. But I also want to call out that we have 2 temple members who are going to be assisting with that. And that's in addition to Sharon Sasaki, our certified minister's assistant, who will be doing the Dharma talk. But one is Wendy Miyashiro. She's an acupuncturist. And the other is Sylvia Kawamoto. She's a mindfulness specialist. And both of them have medical backgrounds. So I think it'll be wonderful. This handout. For Shukatsu, our next session will be later this month, the last Saturday, July 26th at 3 p.m. This handout. And then finally, if we have some visitors, this is a summary. It's of the temple and our approach, and then some of the events appear on the back. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry for all these announcements, but I'm here for the Bonodori. It's coming up. I know it's been announced several times, but we do have flyers in the back, and I know Junko was up here earlier. It does have a reminder for all the practices for the Bonodori on the back as well. We'll be starting on Saturday, August 2nd from 4:30. The dancing will start at 6:30. I think they'll be lining up at about 6:15. We hope that all of you guys could attend this wonderful event. The Junior YBA also does sell raffle tickets or raffle tickets for the Obon. So if you're interested in purchasing raffle tickets, I see one Junior YBA member here, but if you see any other Junior YBA members, they have the tickets, or you can see me. I have tickets as well. There are 2 tickets for $10, and the first prize is $500, and we have like many other prizes. I think last year we had over 50 prizes in total. So you get you have many chances to win. So and then lastly, we do have our the Temple Obon shirt, which is the blue shirt. And I do have the order forms for that, and I'll have them downstairs. And they were also in the temple newsletter. So if you have any questions about it, please see me afterwards. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, CMA Arturo Rubio, for officiating today's Dharma service, and our minister's assistants for ringing the Kansho, Miss Trishia Carinio for playing the piano, and our tech team for streaming today's service. And lastly, we would like to thank everyone for attending today's service, both in the Hondo and those watching on YouTube. We will now have closing meditation. Pay no attention to the faults of others, things done or left undone by others. Consider only what by oneself is done or left undone. I don't even know what that means. Kansho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Butsu.
You may now come up to offer incense.